Hello Shemai and welcome back to the Director of Football Challenge with Swansea City. Today we start the second season and there's no better way to start the second season than to look at the transfers. We'll start with the players going out, a lot of loan players, and out of the free players leaving, Marvin Emnes, maybe Kenji Gore, Gerhard Tremmel retired, and that's pretty much it for the loan and frees. Nothing really big. A lot of players you'd expect leaving. Two goalkeepers left. First of all, Christopher Nordfeld left for Empoli. He left for about 475k, could rise to 600. And Mark Birighitti, who'd never played a game for us, left for MK Dons for quite a substantial fee considering he hadn't played football for a while. Frank Tabano also left, no surprise there. Got a decent amount of money for him, 2.8 million, possibly rising to 3.7 million on his way to Sunderland. Bafton Gomes left for not that much money, but he was good to get off the wages, 1.3 million, possibly 2 million. And Jay Fulton, we're getting a little bit of money for him on loan as well. And the big player that left was Ki Sung Young. Went to AS Monaco of all teams, so he's going to be playing Champions League football. He left for 10 million, could rise to 13. I was a little bit disappointed to leave him, but I'm happy with the money that we got for him. He's at his peak now in his career. He's on 66k a week at Monaco now. 28 years old. He's at his peak, so I was happy to let him go. Not that I had much of a say in it anyway. He won the FA Cup here. He's now going to Monaco on to better things, probably. And if you look at the ins, there are a lot of midfielders. We have signed 7 players so far, and 6 of them just happen to be midfielders. Nothing to do with me, but oh well, that's how it goes. The first player we brought in was Joshua Onoma from Spurs. I was very happy with this. He's a very decent player with a lot of potential as well. He's probably going to play second fiddle to a lot of our midfielders, but he is under 21, so he doesn't count towards registration, which is really useful when you have quite a big squad. Andrea Horta was also signed for £20 million. I was happy that he joined, but 20 million is a lot of money. And our transfer budget was 28 million, so a hefty chunk of that did go on this guy. But nonetheless, I'm happy he's come in. We signed Rodri on loan from Villarreal. Very little chance that he will play much this season. He'll probably play some of the Europa League matches, because that's one good thing. We've got a lot of depth in midfield for Europa League matches and when players are tired and whatnot. And probably my favourite signing of the summer is Yaya Toure. The director of football saw he was out of contract, brought him in. He's worth £2 million. I'm hoping to get maybe 2 seasons out of him at a push. He's still very good for his age. Some great technical and mental stats. His physicals are obviously going to be going down throughout the season, but he's still got 18 strength, and the guy's a very good midfielder to have. Kevin Stewart was also brought in on loan. Again, not someone who's probably going to feature that much, just because we've got better players than him. He's a good backup to Jack Cork. We brought in Ruben Duarte, who's a very good left back. He's slightly better than Martin Olsen, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to play him from the start. And Thomas Glover, a goalkeeper. We sold 2 goalkeepers, so obviously we needed to bring someone in, and he's a good backup to Fabianski. And if Fabianski struggles, this guy's got a good potential and could develop into a very good player. So pre-season went very well. We won every game apart from one. We did play a league game. I did try to record it, but the sound messed up. And so we have to settle for the Arsenal game instead. We played a couple of testimonials as well. Not for our players, but for them, for other players. We won 1-0 against Dartford, 5-0 against FC Cluj, 0-0 against SC Bastia, 1-0 against St Johnstone, and 6-1 against Galatasaray, which I was really impressed with. I didn't record the Community Shield simply because I thought, first of all, we were going to lose, and second of all, that it was a little bit boring. No one would want to watch that, but we won 3-0, so I'm kind of getting I didn't record it now. It was a fantastic performance by everyone, pretty much. Gylfi Sigurdsson scored a lovely free kick, and Jordan Ayew got a brace as well. And the first game of the season, we lost 1-0 to Man United, and we really shouldn't have lost. Gylfi Sigurdsson missed a penalty, Andre Horta missed a sitter, and I mean, how we didn't score this game is quite unbelievable to me. But nonetheless, we lost 1-0 from an own goal, Bruno. And today we face Arsenal. So in the table, not that it means that much, we're in the relegation zone. But we still haven't found out who we're playing in the group stages. Apparently we'll find out soon. Well, I hope soon anyway. And then you'll know as soon as I know in that next episode. Hopefully next episode we'll find out who we're playing. But here we are today. Arsenal away from home, the champions last year. We've already beaten them 3-0, so this really should be a walk in the park. I'm obviously joking, but this is the team we've got today, and we are essentially parking the bus. We are 100% parking the bus. We have Fabianski goals, Norton, Bruno, Federico Fernandez, and Martin Olsen across the back. Jack Cork as a holding midfielder, Yaya Toure and Andre Horta as the two central midfielders, Gylfi Sigurdsson behind the strikers, who are Jordan Ayew and Fernando Llorente. If you look at the starting lineup, there's literally one player different from the end of last season. That's Yaya Toure. And on the bench, we've got two new signings with Thomas Glover and Kevin Stewart. I really want to sell midfielder, probably Thomas Carroll, because he's not going to improve that much according to my coaches. And Joshua Anoma is someone I kind of want to get in the squad and get playing. But obviously, I want to keep Tom Carroll in because he's got Premier League experience for now. We do need to sell a midfielder, even though we have great depth that is going to be useful for the Europa League. It's just too much. We've got too many midfielders. But here we go then. The second game of the season, sorry. You can see here exactly why we are parking the bus. We are 10-1 to win this game. But according to this, he said according to this guy, Ellis from Mirror Sport Football, it's going to be a difficult one to call, but the bookies are obviously calling it as an Arsenal win because there's 6-1 odds on to win, and we are 10-1. Well, it'd be nice to get a point today, considering half the odds, but we're just going to park the bus and hope for the best. Arsenal have made a couple of signings throughout the season, throughout the off season, as Americans would call it. And they've got a fella just scored anyway. Icardi up front. That's probably the biggest signing they've made is Mauro Icardi up front. But like I said, we're going to be parking the bus today. And we're already at 30 minutes and not much has happened. We've got one shot on goal. They've had 6. But we're at half time and it looks like we're going to go into half time 0-0. Wow, that was an absolutely incredibly boring first half. I was going to go aggressive then, but the first half, this is what we want. We're trying to kill the game. We're trying to make it a boring game. I mean, it's probably not the best for recording, but I mean, our game plan is obviously working so far. We've managed to keep Arsenal at bay for the first half. Yaya Toure is looking a bit tired, and surprisingly, aging. We have got quite an old couple of old players in our squad with Yaya Toure and Fernando Llorente. Both players who might struggle to finish 90 minutes this season. We've got a Fabianski kicks up. Jordan Ayew can't get there. Chamberlain with it down the wing. He goes into the box. Jack Cork got it. Time to launch counter-attack maybe. I don't like how we're playing around with it there. Olsen up to Sigurdsson. It's a really good ball in the end. Sigurdsson through to Ayew. He's in on goal and he scored a fantastic counter-attack goal. This was exactly what the game plan was. I didn't like playing around it with there, but it worked out in the end. Beautiful pass from Sigurdsson and a great run from Ayew. He strikes it with so much power that Czech is nowhere near. Well, he is near it, but he can't stop it. And there we have it. It's 1-0. We're going to bring Yaya Toure off, I think, because he's really tired. For Leroy Fer. Actually, no, I've just clicked the wrong person. Yaya Toure for Leroy Fer. We're going to leave it like that for now, but Fernando Llorente is definitely going to come off. Apparently, there's a chance there for Arsenal. They've had 22 shots, and we've had 3. They've got another chance here with Chamberlain. He's running down the wing. There's 2 players on it. It gets blocked. Alexis Sanchez shoots, and it's in. I think Fabianski should have saved that because I heard a lot of noises there. There's 2 players here. We did manage to get the block in, but it's fallen to Sanchez. He takes a touch. There's no pressure on him. It's straight at Fabianski. He really should be saving that. I'm going to bring Llorente off straight away and put Baston on up front to give us a little bit of fresh legs up front, because when you're playing on the counter like this, you definitely need some fresh legs up front. Nacho Monreal with it. Sigurdsson hits it long to Ayew. He's on his own up front. He strikes it and he goes nowhere near the goal. There wasn't really much of a chance in that. Ozil with a free kick. It's headed away. It's still there with Chamberlain though. Into the box. Mertesacker strikes it. And that was definitely the player Arsenal didn't want it to fall to. Mertesacker. He was never going to finish that. I mean, an accomplished striker would have struggled to finish that. Icardi, he runs into the box. It's headed away. It's cleared away now. Chance for a counter-attack here with Borja. Into Ayew. He's one-on-one with the keeper. What can he do? He scores another fantastic counter-attack. And Jordan Ayew has scored 4 goals already this season. He's only played 3 competitive games. It's a beautifully weighted pass by Borja. He's in, and I really thought he was going to miss that, but he absolutely smashes it into the back of the net. And we're up 2-1 now with just 10 minutes to go. This would be a fantastic result. There's a highlight here. Gibbs with it, up to Wilshere, out wide to Bellerin. There's a really good pass there to Bellerin. He's running out the defence. Olsen's there, wins it back. It's cleared up to Ayew, to Borja. Can we launch another counter-attack? Not quite. Borja loses the ball. It's into Alexis now. Into Icardi. He's in the box and he scores. That's rather disappointing. We've taken the lead twice in this game and we've lost the lead twice in this game. Alexis, there's so much space there. Icardi, someone should have spotted that run. He's into the box and then he just smashes it past Fabianski. You can't blame Fabianski for that one. He had no chance in saving that. Considering the domination by Arsenal, actually I'm not going to say an accepted draw because we haven't drawn yet. Gibbs into Xhaka to Ozil. If we were to concede now, it would be an absolute killer blow. Wilshere out wide to Gibbs again. Into Xhaka. He strikes it and he's hit the post. That would have been an unbelievable goal, I can tell you. The highlight's not over yet. Andre Horta with it. Can he clear it? Please clear it. Jack Cork. He clears it. Not very well though. To Mertesacker. Into the box. Icardi and Fabianski just about get there. Surely that's the end of the highlight now to put me off edge. No, apparently it's carrying on. Andre Horta to Olsen. Back to Horta. He loses it. It's Alexis. He's in the box and he's put it wide. Please, that's got to be the end of the highlight. It is. We're into the 90th minute. There's a corner for Arsenal. It goes into the box. It's headed away. Chamberlain's got it though. It's Wilshere out wide to Ozil. He puts it into the box. Jack is there. He strikes it. It's blocked. And it's a goal kick. Surely that's the end of the game now. I know we were ahead twice, but I would have to accept that. I mean, look at those stats. 6 shots to Arsenal's 30. Wow. I mean, Jordan Ayew was a fantastic outlet for the counter-attack there. And that's surely only just going to bode well for the whole season against the big clubs when we're playing on the counter. That was a fantastic performance by him. Decent performance overall. A little bit sloppy defensively, but you can really expect that at the start of the season. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. If you did, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you have any tips or comments, please leave a comment down below. I'll see you again.